Hello. Hello everyone, this is Beauty by Brains. Holy crap. It has been a while. It has been a full while. It has been a full minute and a half since I have filmed, since I've been on here, but I am back for the time being. A little quarantine action. I just straightened my hair and this is flyaways. Anyway, so for my triumphant return to YouTube, I wanted to just sit down and get ready and kind of explain what has happened in the past 2 years from the last film that I uploaded till now. As you see in the thumbnail, I am married to Boofing, not a different person. Not that you've ever met him. But like, I'm married, I'm a lawyer, just frame. So much has happened. I'm in a new location. I'm in a new state. I have better lighting. Like there's so much that has happened in these 2 years that I haven't been filming and haven't been doing anything. I have some new ideas for like segments and different things, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The sun is setting. I'm hungry. I need to go. But anyway, if you want to see how I got this look and just what has been happening in my life since 2018, then just keep on watching. Of course, the first thing that I do is cough. I don't have the coronavirus. I just have a very dry throat, and instead of drinking water to help it, I'm going to drink wine because that makes sense. So first thing we're going to do is prime. This is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I don't know if I use this in like another like previous video before like I just went super silent, but yeah. So this one I actually got as like sort of a Christmas present. So like I did not spend $50 on a primer, I promise. But I did get it as a Christmas present way back when, and I'm just slowly making my way through the, I wanted to say bottle, but it's definitely not a bottle. I also apologize if you hear my dishwasher going or any type of like background noise. The dishwasher is going. I don't know how to explain that. Like I need to get dishes done, and I was like, oh my god, like while the dishes are going, I'll like film, and here we are. So I used way too much. Do not at me with the, oh, you're only supposed to use like a rice grain. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're just not. Okay. So like thoughts on this primer is probably because I use too much. I find that it gets very like flaky and that it's like hard to, I like left my other mirror. So we're just working with a phone right now. I need to get like a handheld mirror if I'm going to be doing this again. No, it's funny though. Both of my handheld mirrors are from like canceled YouTubers. So great. It's Kat Von D and Jeffree Star if you're curious to see which ones I purchased this from. Purchased handheld mirrors from. So yeah, I'm getting off a tangent. I'm not even explaining what is going on after I promised to. All right, so the last time I'm gonna color correct under my eyes. I think this is Clinique. Wow, I don't even know what this is from. No, it's Cover FX. Okay, Cover FX in Peach. I'm just going to go under my eyes with it. So yeah, so the last time that I uploaded was 2018, and January 2018 to be very specific. So it is now August 2020, so a lot has changed. But so I guess the easiest way is to just kind of start from the beginning and work our way up. So I think I mentioned it in the last video that I uploaded, but like, let's go with the assumption that I didn't, or that you didn't watch it, because why would you at this point? But so in May of 2017, I graduated from law school. If you guys didn't know all my videos prior to anything uploaded after May 2020, 2017, I was a law student, and that's kind of what I was doing. Kind of one of the reasons why I kind of stopped YouTube is because I went from being in school to like actually working, so I had less time. This is the NARS, what is this called? The All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is in Barcelona, which is medium. I feel like it's a little dark for me, but I think the next shade lighter is Syracuse. The next shade lighter is either Syracuse or like Tahoe or Tacoma, and those don't match me at all. Like one is too light and one is way too dark, so we get Barcelona. Anyway, so yes, I was a law student and I graduated from law school in May of 2017, and I then immediately studied for the bar for 2 months. I lived in New York City to be specific, in Queens. Shout out if you are from the 5 boroughs, except Staten Island. Who said that? So I was living in Queens, and I moved in with Boo Thing for bar prep, just because my sister had a new baby. I know I mentioned that in one of my past videos. And between like my family being home and like my sister and the baby, I found it just way too distracting. And so I was like, let me go move in with my boyfriend, because obviously that makes sense. But no, it was a really good decision, just because like while my family means really well, it's really hard for them to just leave me alone and let me study for 8 hours straight. And it's also really hard for me to leave them alone and let me study for 8 hours straight. So it was cool. Booth Thing at the time was going to UCSD, meaning University of California, San Diego. So I got to have like really, really nice weather and like study outside. It was definitely a great decision. Took the bar in July, miraculously passed in, I got the results in October of 2017. I definitely took a couple of videos during bar prep. I don't think I uploaded them. I feel like it's a little late to upload them now. Maybe I'll upload them with like new intros, but yeah. So thank God I actually passed the bar. And so after you pass the bar, you have to get sworn in. You can't just practice law after that, because why make it easy when they can make our lives a living hell? So I was sworn in December of 2017. And so luckily for me, like I'll be the first to admit that when I graduated law school, I did not have a law job. I had a job because I'd been working as a receptionist since college. So I had a job. I didn't have a law job. And like the one good thing that I liked about my reception job is like everyone say what they want about, like, if you know where I worked for, you know where I work for. What am I doing now? I'm going to highlight and conceal. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This is supposed to be the dupe for my hair looks a mess, I'm sorry, for the Shape Tape, and this is C9, and I really feel like they discontinued this color, and I'm really mad, but tangent upon a tangent. So I didn't have a law job at the time, and so after I set the bar, I began looking. I got a couple of prospects, but like at the time, what I really, really wanted to do was either immigration or tort law. Tort law is like personal injury, but I only wanted to do personal injury for like a government agency, particularly the MTA, which is like this. If you're not from New York, that's the subway system. It's more like the public transportation system, but everyone knows it as the subway. You know it is the subway system. You've seen it. So I wanted to do that and work for the MTA because I had interned with them in the summer of my first year of law school. And I wanted those government benefits. I wanted health insurance. I wanted a pension. I wanted, payroll, all that good stuff. I didn't want billable hours, everything. But literally right as I had graduated, and this is what's crazy about it, I have nepotism to get into the MTA. Not only do both my parents work for the MTA in two different branches, but because of the the job that my mom has at the MTA, she knows a lot of attorneys, to the point that I was meeting with attorneys and everything, and they were telling me like, oh my God, you need to come and work here. And even that level, like one of the guys was literally retiring, and he was fully prepared to be like, you should hire her to take my place. Still wasn't good enough. They had a hiring freeze right as I was graduating, so they couldn't hire me. No matter nepotism, like I could literally have walked into the president's office. We knew his secretary. Not enough to get me hired. I'm just going to do my eyebrows really quick because they're bothering me. This is just the Benefit Goof Proof pencil. I have learned how to do my brows with like, you know, pomade and everything and make it real fancy. I don't have the patience for it for like an everyday look. So anyway, so now we're into like September and I'm still waiting on bar results, but I need a job. I'm still working at the gym, and like, while you're waiting for bar results and looking for a job, it's okay, but it was starting to get like, I don't want to say embarrassing because there are a lot of people that like don't even have a job or are just looking for things, and I don't want to be like ashamed of my work, but like everyone, like even the clients that came to I worked as a receptionist at a gym. I had a gym. I don't know if I said that. Even like the clients that came into the gym knew that I was in law school and that I was like, I had graduated and that I was like waiting for the bar and everything. And like, all of them knew that. No one offered me a job, but it doesn't matter. Everyone knew that I was waiting on this. It was kind of like embarrassing because like literally every day someone would walk up to me and be like, oh, have you heard yet? Have you heard yet? Like my own boss was coming up to me being like, have you had any interviews? Like, can you imagine like your boss being like, hey, when are you leaving? So it's like a whole thing. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for under eyes. I like to just set my T-zone and under eye area with this. I feel like this is a step that I've had previously. So yeah, so it was really nerve-wracking and really upsetting because I didn't have a job and I couldn't get hired by the MTA, so that was a problem. The police department was hiring, but like, no. So yeah, so I was really upset. Like, so any immigration job that I wanted, I had to be able to speak Spanish. And like, while I did at the time know, like I'd taken Spanish before, I was nowhere near fluent and definitely not good enough to lie on an application to say that I was fluent in Spanish. So that was a no-go. And then it was like, so then finally in like end of August, early September, I found this place not too far from my house that was hiring and didn't have a language requirement for the position. It was an immigration position. So basically they hired me in as a like intern, a paid intern. So they hired me as an intern part-time, and the idea was that, you know, once I get my bar results, if I pass, they'll hire me full-time. That was the idea. And it was honestly the worst, well, not the worst because I've had worse internships, but it was a terrible experience. The boss was crazy. The work that he had me doing had nothing to even do with immigration. He was actually suing a website for slander, which basically means that like this website, it was like Yelp, but it wasn't Yelp. It wasn't Yelp. But this is the Laura Mercier like setting powder and translucent. I'm about to get it all over me. But basically, he was suing these people because some other people had like written really bad reviews about his law firm and everything, and so he wanted me to like do the research and write up the motion and everything to like get it done. And it was a full-blown hot mess. Like, it was absolutely terrible. And then on top of it, so all of that happened. And then, like, it's not like he said that it was him. He just like, oh, like, we have a client that wants these comments removed from the website. And then I actually found the comments. I'm like, oh, this is totally about him. Anyway, so that all happened. Getting powder everywhere, I told you. So that all happened. And then, is this nice lighting? I feel like this is too white. What if I make it more gold? Is that better? Do you like that better? I like this better. Okay. Thanks. Yes, I like this better. Comment which lighting did you like better? Did you like the white? No, did you like the white, or did you like the goldy? I think I like the goldy since I have a more golden tone. Anyway, we are okay. So that happened, and so before I got hired, I was going to spend 2 weeks in California with boothing. That was already booked and decided before I got hired by this firm. So, you know, I still have those plans. I need to continue my makeup. All right, I just powdered. What is my next step? Okay, my next step, I haven't done makeup in so long because of quarantine, and this powder is getting everywhere. It's gonna kill me. Boothing's not actually gonna kill me. It's getting everywhere. Anyway, next I'm going to contour, sort of, but not really because I don't actually contour. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I've definitely used this in another video. Anyway, so I'm just taking this like grayer brown shade and using it to contour, and then I'm going to use this shade to bronze. Okay. Anyway, so I went to California. Like, that was all decided and planned. Like, we were all in agreement. And while I was in California, the accountant for this guy's firm, calls me and is like, hey, you know, we've made the difficult decision to let you go. We can't afford to have you as an intern, and we can't afford to hire you. You know, good luck on your future endeavors. And I was like, all right, well, honestly, this was a sign from God that I just didn't need to be there. So I'm not going to be mad. It's okay. Just start from scratch. And literally at that point, I think one of my old one of my law school professors actually reached out to me, just being like, hey, how's the job search going? Like, that's all they do. They just reach out. And they're like, how's the job search going? And I'm like, you know, having a little trouble finding, you know, a good fit for me, finding some places that are hiring, finding a good salary, because like a lot of these places were offering like 57 or like 52 as a starting salary, and I'm just like, I need at least 60. I prefer 70, but I need at least 60. This is the Tarte Blush Bliss palette. I have yet to find a blush that I like, so I just keep using this. Anyway, so yeah, I never primed my eyelids. It's okay, we can make it work. So that happened. So she connected me to a former alumni who was hiring at, always smile when you're putting on your blush, who was hiring at an immigration firm and needed an immigration attorney. I had immigration experience, was willing to train, all that good stuff. So I went and I got that job, and that job was actually hiring at $70K, which was amazing. And so I started working there part-time in like September. It was like right after I got back. I like had the interview. They hired me. They were like, can you start Friday? Like, it was great. I probably should do my eyes. Okay, since I didn't prime my eyes, I think what I'm going to do is, so I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette, the first one. I have the second one, but the first one has the greens that I want. I'm doing a green look because why not do a green look? No, I'm doing Harry Potter trivia tonight, and so it's honestly just like, why not do a green look? So I have no idea what I'm going to do at all. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to knock my camera over. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is take the shade Silk Cream. Yes, that is the shade name. I'm going to take the shade Silk Cream. It's this one. And I am going to put that all over my lid as a way to kind of like set it or prime it or something, because I literally did nothing. And my eyelids need something, I guess. So I started working for them And so I started working for them part-time because I still hadn't gotten my bar results. And then in October of 2017, I got my bar results and I passed. So after I passed, they offered to hire me full-time. I took it, and it was that was it. I started working there. I was doing immigration and family law cases, and it was super fun. I really got to like a lot of client interaction. I felt like I got to help a lot. It was really nice. I'm really proud that I was part of the firm, and it's proud that I did it. Next thing I'm going to do is find my fluffy brush. Here it is. This is my fluffy brush. I had got a whole new brush set, but this brush set hasn't like worn out yet. So, and I'm going to go actually into these two colors. These two colors right here. So that is Silk Cream in MFEO, and I'm gonna put these in the crease. So I got the job and I started working there, and it was super fun and super rewarding, and I had a great time. And in December of 2017, me and Boothing always do some sort of like getaway around the holidays, like Christmas into New Year's type thing, because we actually normally don't get to spend the holiday together. So we try to do some sort of a getaway thing. And so me and him got a hotel in the city, super cute. And we went to go see the Nutcracker for the first time because like I'm obsessed with ballet and everything. And we were leaving. We went with some friends. So after the Nutcracker ended, we went to, go get dinner and everything. And we're coming back to the hotel. And this is like December 27th. So it is like freezing out. What do I want to do next? Okay, I'll do this. I'm going to take Central Park. It's this sparkly shade, and I'm just going to put it on my lid because F it. So we were coming back, and it was freezing, and I was a little sick, and so we had to like pick up something from FedEx. It was really weird. He was like, we have to pick this up from FedEx. Fine. Pick it up from FedEx, head back to the hotel, and he's like, I'm going to run out and get you like some medicine or something because you're sniffling and it's not cute. I'm like, that's fair. So he heads out, whatever. He's like, whatever you do, don't open the package. And like, believe it or not, I actually listened to him because normally I'd be like, I'm going to open it up the minute you leave. No, but I didn't touch it. I left it alone. Whatever. He gets back and, and we're sitting there and he's like, and he's like shaking. He's really nervous. He's like, I love you so much. The past 4 years have been amazing. And, I love you and I love your family and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Like things that he said before, like none of this is like shocking to me. And then he says, will you marry me? And I'm like, for real? Because like, we love each other. We loved each other. We've discussed getting married. And we actually, at the time when I was visiting him for studying the bar, we like went to Hawaii. We did all these like big things that like would have been the perfect time for him to propose. And can you guys see him looking at my phone? Sorry. And like he chose not to, and we had like a whole discussion about it. Like I searched his room for a ring. It was like a whole thing. And we had a whole discussion about it, and basically his like decision was that he wanted to finish school because he was getting his PhD. He wanted to finish school before he proposed. Fine. And then he proposes after I finish school, which insane. And now I have something in my eye. I'm not crying. I just have something in my eye. It's not that serious. Okay, then I'm gonna go into Enchanted, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer corner. Like we're not doing anything crazy today, unless you think putting green all over your eyelids is crazy, which same. Anyway, so he proposed. And obviously I said yes, and like turns out my family was in on it. It was like a whole big thing. It was really cute. We saw Star Wars afterwards. I think that was when the second one came out. It was fun. It was really nice. We had a really good time. And then we started planning a wedding. And we picked 2020 as our date, which, as I'm sure you figured out, didn't go exactly well. Anyway, so 2018, so that was end of 2017. Coming into 2018, literally in January 2018 is when I had my first like court case by myself, and literally going off from that, I just worked. Like 2018, nothing really happened as far as like work is concerned or anything crazy. I just worked, and I was being a lawyer, and I was kicking butt and saving people, and it was just great. I was really stressed out, all the fun stuff that comes with being an attorney and everything, but I was definitely getting my feet wet. I was going in front of judges. I did immigration hearings. I did family court hearings. It was really nice. It was really nice. I had a really great time. Not every day was amazing. Not every day was horrible. You know, it was work. And anything happened in 2018 really? I don't think so. Then in 2000 and so while this is all going on, like I'm gonna do another like wedding video where I explain like getting ready for the wedding and doing all that stuff. So I'm not gonna like, you know, get into it here. I think I'm happy with the eyes. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. But yeah, so you know, we just planned the wedding, picked a venue, we did all that fun stuff, like all that jazz and everything. And this is not the eyeliner that I want. This is the eyeliner that I want. This is the Maybelline Infallible Longwear Pencil. I love this for the waterline. So we, you know, 2018 happened, whatever. 2019, boothing, train of thought. 2019, Boothing graduated from his PhD program, and he officially became a doctor, and I can't see what I'm doing. And like, that was really fun, and it was really nice because I can do this. There we go. That was really fun. That was really nice because he gracefully graduated Father's Day weekend. And so my dad went to UCLA for law school. He's not a lawyer. Don't worry. We're not going to get into that. But he did go to UCLA for law school, and so he'd always wanted to go back. He always wanted to bring us back. He was off the week before Father's Day, so he was like, oh, well, if you're going to go to California anyway to go to your fiance's graduation, might as well make it a thing. And so we did a week in LA. It was like, obviously, like, it was fine hanging out with my family, but like the actual being in LA was horrible. I officially hate LA. I remember I used to, all I wanted to do was move there and be in LA, and I was going to be a movie star, and it was going to be great, but no, the place sucks. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Go to San Diego. So we went to LA with the whole fam bam went, and then we went to San Diego. This is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I have yet to find an eyeliner that I liked better. I thought I liked the Stila, and then I got one and I used it and I liked it a lot, and then I got another one and it wasn't as good, and I don't know, but like, tattoo liner has been consistently good, so I don't know what to tell you. So I am doing my eyeliner. So we went to the graduation. It was really great. We had a great time, whatever. Once we got out of LA, me and Boothing went on a cruise afterwards to celebrate. We had a really great time. We met another couple there. Shout out to Abby and Jeremy. If you guys are watching, you probably aren't, but hi, from Arizona. What's up? So before we left for LA to go on this like family vacation thing, I left the immigration firm that I was at. So I just became very unhappy with the firm. I wasn't unhappy with the work, but I became very unhappy with the firm. And it became very obvious that my boss was not appreciating the work that I was doing, and it was becoming very obvious that I was, having far more work. It was a small firm and everything, but it was very draining. It was very frustrating. I found myself getting like very upset over little things and like very stressed out, and it wasn't good. And I felt that I had like reached the end of like what I was going to do at this firm. Like I had gotten as far as I was going to go, and it was only going to go, is that even? You know me and my eyeliner. It wasn't going to go any farther than that is kind of what I got from the whole situation. And I had actually where's the top to this thing? I found it. So actually in February of 2019, I was in court, and I just honestly randomly ran into one of my friends from high school who also became an attorney. This is the Lancome Celeste Booster XL. I love this. It's a great lash primer. It just works so well with like any mascara, and it's so much like it's basically gives you, especially with my eyelashes that are very long, it basically looks like I'm wearing falsies. I have gotten into wearing falsies, but I don't do it as an everyday look, and so I don't want to create this idea of like, oh, let me my false lashes, let me get like I don't. So back to the story. So I ran into him in court, and asking him what he was doing, and he's asking me what I was doing, and I was explaining how I'm doing this, but I don't really like it or anything like that, and he was like, oh, well, I'm working for an agency and they're hiring. And I'm like, all right, cool, like whatever, yeah, okay, thanks, like. And then he like hits me up on Facebook, and he's like, yo, my boss is in the office, send me your resume. And I'm like, okay. And here's the thing, never apply to a job when you're mad. This is the Lancome Grandiose Extreme Mascara. It has a really cool wand. It's alright as a mascara, it gets the job done, but it's not like, anyway. So he was just like, yo, send me your resume right now, shorty's in the building. Fine. Got mascara on me. That is okay, we can fix that. So I send him my resume, and literally she's just like, I'll be here next week, come in for an interview. The interview started with like, if you're hired, to when you get hired, and the rest is history, basically, is the best way to describe it. So they hired me in March. I had my interview around St. Patrick's Day. So I got the job in March, but I was gonna go work for the city of New York. I'm not gonna say in what agency, but I was gonna go work for the city of New York. And so they do, there's a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of red tape they have to do. Don't do this on your clients, kids, but it's just my face. Oh, did I make it 10 times worse? Yes. Okay. So we are good on that. Awesome. Lipstick. What do I want to do for lips? I don't have any. Like a nude would look good with this, or black. I don't want to do black. Or do I want to do black? No, I don't want to do black. Let's do a nude. This is Jeffree Star's Allegedly. It's more like of an orangey nude. I meant to grab Family Jewels. I'll explain what I mean by grab. But by the way, like I bought all this like Jeffree Star stuff and this Tarte stuff before like the whole scandal and everything. So like I'm not buying his products anymore. But it's kind of like Goya. There's no point in throwing out something that you already own. It's just wasteful. So I might as well use it. This is Allegedly. It's I find it a pinky brown. I kind of like my pink lips, like my natural pink lips, so this gets like close to that. All right. Anyway, so don't at me about the new Tarte product I'm about to use. Some things just can't be helped at this point, and I found that my little, I'm not going to use Tarte anymore thing was not getting any traction. So this is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Stay Spray. And the whole point of it was that, you know, it's sweat proof. And I found that it really is. And that's kind of what I keep gravitating to. You know, yeah, it locks in your makeup. All setting sprays should, but this one is actually sweat proof. I've had it in like out in the heat and it has worked. So we're just gonna miss my face entirely. There we go. Right. Whew. Okay, so that is the setting spray. So back to the story. Okay, so I got hired in March, but then because of onboarding, I didn't start until June. Highlighter. I didn't do any highlighter. What color should I do for highlighter? I have the Becca Glow, like the macaroon collection. I think, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use vanilla. I'm not going to break it. I'm going to use Vanilla Quartz, which is a white, which is broken, which is this, it's white. It's a white highlight. I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to also put on my inner corner so it kind of comes together because I don't have my Anastasia highlight palette. I forgot that. Anyway, so yeah, so I applied there and I started working there, and like the way that it was explained to me was that I was going to be helping, like I was representing the city, but also kind of helping underprivileged families. Is that the word that you would use for it? Not privileged families. Anyway, the idea was that I was going to work with people who are and like help them and everything. But basically, very quickly into the job, I found out that I'm really just harming the population and harming these people, and I really don't like my job at all. I wanted to quit. I planned on quitting after the wedding, which was set for May 2020, but then, yeah, that didn't happen. But then the pandemic happened and everything, and so I really hadn't had the chance to quit. So I am still working there, but what ends up happening, like getting back to the pandemic, is so I live in New York City. So New York City was the epicenter of the pandemic. The city itself shut down March 21st, and so Boothing at the time had graduated his PhD, and he had moved to Indiana, around the Indiana University area, and basically was like, okay, because everyone thought that like quarantine wasn't going to last that long, it was going to last like 2 weeks or something. So he was like, hey, why don't you just spend your 2 weeks of quarantine with me? And, you know, I'll come and get you. It's like a 12-hour drive to New York. You can help drive back. And we'll just spend the time together. And when New York opens up back, you can fly back and we'll be done with it. And basically, I've been here ever since. So that's what I mean by like, you know, I left this or I don't have this or anything like that. I was home last week and I tried to grab as many like random makeup things that I thought I might need, but clearly I left out a couple of things. But so I've just been in Indiana since. I've been blessed. I don't want to complain. I've been blessed that because I have this job over to the city, I'm able to work from home and have been working from home since March. My paycheck is not knocks over everything. My paycheck is not in danger or there's no issues with it or anything. And it's looking like while other agencies are opening, mine is remaining closed. So we're working for virtual hearings and everything. So it's looking like, you know, me and Boothing are just going to be chilling out and be home, and I can live with him. And I have never lived with him. I literally did not live with him unless you count like the times that I went in March. I hadn't lived with him until you know, I'm sorry, the times I went to go visit him, I haven't officially lived with him since March, and we have been living here, and I'm knocking things over, so I probably should stop. But I did forget to highlight my inner corner, and I said I would, so I will do that. But yeah, that, like, in a very quick nutshell, that's kind of been what's happening in my life. I am now I started as an attorney, and now I'm a married attorney living in Indiana, and just trying to live my best life and be the best wife, attorney, person that I can be. Me and Boo Thing got our own apartment at the time that I had moved in with him, quote unquote. I still don't consider myself moved here, like, as far as the government's concerned. I still live in New York. I will move here, but that's a different story. That's a story for another day. But we were living with some roommates, his roommates, and now that his lease was up in July. Yeah, end of July. So we've moved into a new place. So this is the new place that I am in. And it's so nice. Like, I get to be in the living room. I get to spread out and have all the stuff. I am working on trying to make some sort of a setup. I want to get a vanity and everything to put in the room so I can do my makeup and have everything in place. But we're down here for now. But yeah, let me go get changed and fix my hair, and I'll be back with, like, finalizing everything. Okay, so this is the final look. I just went and changed my shirt. I have a better looking shirt. This one right here. It's cute. Slither into shrews. Yeah, it's cute. Matches, with the ambiance and everything. So the sun is setting, and I have trivia soon, so I am going to take this up. But really, all I did was just individually on and straighten my hair. I do have a hair, not tutorial, but just like a hair video coming up, explaining how I do my hair and just straight. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so happy to be back, and I'll see you on the next one.